welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back, yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Hey, welcome back indeed. It is Monday, August 1st. August 1st, jeez. Well, on this day in 1664, the Ottoman Empire is defeated in a war by Austria. Wasn't that hard? The Ottoman army was just sitting around with their feet up on furniture. I swear you should know better, but still you tuned into That'll Learn Ya with me, Michael Buster McMahon. I am your humble host, and here they pay me just enough so I won't quit, and I do just enough so they don't fire me. Filling in for producer Pete is my buddy Ken Stomsky. Say hello, Kenny.
Hello, Kenny.
There you go. The other day, he decided to get serious and prepare for his future. So he bought 2 cases of beer instead of 1. Today in the show, cool stories about great songs. Plus, if we have time, we'll discuss why the ancient trade routes from Europe to China were unnecessarily complicated. But we probably won't have time for that. So sit back and let's join hands. Dear Lord, bless us and lead us not into temptation, for we pretty much have no problem finding that on our own. Amen. Hey, how are you, buddy?
Fair to Midland.
Good.
Yeah.
This is a different camera angle than I'm used to, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do more the straight-on approach, which works.
Yeah. Well, you notice we have 2 monitors in there now.
Yeah, I have noticed that.
So
I can watch tennis now.
Yeah, first time I'm doing your setup here with the software, and I just wasn't getting a really clean look. And I wanted you to look your best, so
well,
I
because I am
did
adorable.
what I did there.
Sometimes you wonder if the adorableness translates well to TV. So thank you for helping with it.
Between the 2 of us, you take care of the adorable level.
I do, yeah. And you and Pete, you're like my offensive line. You guys could be my offensive line.
I'm built like one.
Yeah, you and Pete. Yeah, it'd be tough for a linebacker to get through the 2 of you to get to me. So this is good. This is good. I've got a small problem here, though. I don't know if you noticed, like, a lot of times I'll do, like, air band and stuff.
Okay.
And in that opening song, I always do the air harmonica.
Mm-hmm.
I put it down, and Don't know what I did with it.
Yeah. Do you think Wonder Woman may have taken her invisible jet and flown away with it?
I never understood that. Like, you watch Super Friends when you were growing up, and she had this invisible jet, but like you could still see her. So I didn't get the advantage of having an invisible jet.
Yeah, a Star Trek cloaking device seems much more realistic.
Yeah, it would, because then you couldn't see her. Now, I didn't see the Wonder Woman movies. Did she have an invisible jet in that?
I didn't watch any of those.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if that translated to the movies or just the old Super Friends that we used to watch Saturday mornings. Anyway, that's not what we do here. We don't just gab. I mean, sometimes we do, but mostly, what do? Do you know what?
I think you play music and we learn something, hence it being called That'll Learn You.
That'll Learn You, yes. Because hopefully by the end of the day, Kenny, you will have learned something, and so will the audience. I missed the audience. 2 weeks we played some reruns because Pete's away. Pete's still away, so thank you. Thank you very much for coming in today. And
you will be blessed with my presence again next week.
And then we get Pete back?
Yes.
So he's gone. How is the town of Westfield surviving without Pete for a month?
Oh, well, I'm here.
Okay, so you're doing all of his other duties?
Yeah, I'm officially part of media services now.
Oh, okay.
So anything that needs to be done by him physically, I'm in town for it, and he is still able to do a lot of things via remote.
Question then. What's Southwick doing without you?
90% of the stuff I do in Southwick, I can do remote.
Okay. So you're overseeing a vast empire.
An empire, perhaps. It is Southwick. They're less than 10,000 people. I don't think we're at the empire level.
The last week, I spent some time in Southwick, and driving through, I was looking for some things locally to do, and I went through it to go to a couple of those things I found. I found the Dismal Brook hiking trail, and things were going pretty well until I saw a sign that said what to do in case of a bear shows up. Now, you go hiking, you do realize that there's a chance that you may see a bear. But reading this sign really brought it home. And the only thing I could think of was so the rest of the hike, I'm thinking, oh my God, a bear could show up, and what a horrible way to die. Because the first bite's not going to kill you. You're going to get bitten, and, you're going to lay there, and you're going to be pretty much aware when he finishes you off.
Well, you just have to remember, if you're going to be out where the bears are, bring somebody else, because it doesn't matter how fast you can run. It's that you can run faster than the other person.
Right, and I still have amazing home plate to first base speed. I don't have kickoff speed anymore. That's gone. But I still have. But having a bear behind you is probably a good motivator.
That's incentive.
Yeah. That's. I remember I set a record. I think it still stands when I was a kid. High jump. I was with my grandmother, and we visited a relative, and we got out of the car, and this dog, the place that we were visiting, he came running out, barking at me. I kid you not. In one single leap, I leapt from the ground to the top of the car. The hood of the car, because I knew there wasn't going to be time to open the car up again to get it. I just single bound, boom, I'm on the roof of the car.
Good for you. I'm 100 pounds heavier than you. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you might. You could dent the car.
Yeah. Or dent myself.
But I mean, I think I was 7 or 8, so I think it's still a record in the town of Uxbridge, Massachusetts for
You need a statue out there.
I do.
Yeah.
So I was exploring a lot of nooks and crannies in our lovely town of Southwick, which is part of my media empire, and I found Red's Cafe, or known as the Little Red Riding Hood Basket. Have you eaten there?
I haven't eaten there yet.
What's a nice little cute little place?
There are a lot of great little places in Southwick that I am finding out about. For 30 years, I never really spent much time down there, but I report to town hall once a week, and I drive around and I check a few things out. It is a really nice community.
Yep.
And the people that I've met so far are great.
Yeah. I briefly dated a Southwick girl. Ooh, could she sing?
Would that be a Southwickian?
Maybe. I would think
I'm going to
so.
have to ask them next time.
Yeah, you worked on it. You should know the. Yeah. Anyway, we slipped into gabbing, which we weren't supposed to do. All right, so now we don't all know. Most of us know that Peter Gabriel used to be the lead singer of Genesis, and then when he left, the band they weren't really sure what they were going to do. They were auditioning lead singers, and every time they auditioned a lead singer, the drummer, Phil Collins, was like, no, you got to do it more like this to fit our style. After a while, they're like, look, instead of Phil Collins keep coaching everybody, why don't you just be the lead singer? He's like, well, I'm the drummer. Yeah, but you can sing. All right. So, of course, they took off. And commercially, they did much better with Phil Collins than they did with Peter Gabriel. So their song Invisible Touch went to #1 on the chart. And it got bumped out by Peter Gabriel's solo song, Sledgehammer. So when they found that they were no longer #1, and now they got knocked out by their old friend Peter Gabriel, they sent him a telegram. Hey, congratulations, bastard.
Awesome.
So here is Invisible Touch, which was eventually knocked out of the #1 spot by Sledgehammer. Here's Genesis, 89.5 WSKB.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
We know cats can really do the cool jack. We know cats can really do the cool jack.
Well, this cat you're talking about, I wonder who could it be? 'Cause I know I'm the heaviest cat you ever did see. When they see me walking down the street, none of the fellas want to speak. On their faces they wear a silly smirk, 'cause they know I'm the king of the cool jack. Woo!
Cool jack. Cool jack.
Look at them guys looking at me like I'm a fool. But deep down inside, they know I'm cool. I said now the moment of truth has finally come. When I'm gonna show you some of that cool dirt. Now give me a little bit of drum by himself there. Now give me a little bit of bass with those 88s. Ah, you're cooking, baby. You're smoking. Now everybody, I want to hear you all. Ah, can you do it? 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 Come on, people. Hey, when they see me walking down the street, they think twice and then they speak. On their faces they don't wear that smirk, 'cause they know I'm the king of the cool jack. Woo! Come on, people. Can you do it now? Come on, people.
That's the Capitals. That's a catchy little tune there.
Yeah, that was a real cool turn. Real cool tune, jerk.
The
See what I did
yeah,
there?
I did that. Yeah, I know that's what you
Yeah.
did there. That's kind of
Yeah, I had a hard time doing that.
The original title of the song was Pimp Jerk, but because basically the people who wrote the song, they noticed that there were like, there are a lot of pimps sort of like dancing in the street when they were in the dance clubs. They were too cool to do the jerk, so they kind of do their own little, and so they wrote the song Pimp Jerk. But of course, the label was like, we can't call it Pimp Jerk because people won't play the record and there'll be a backlash and it'll never be a hit. So they changed it to Cool Jerk, and that worked out for everybody. Hey, how come Wow It's Tuesday has a new bumper?
Do they?
Yeah, you played it during the old one was great. You had Bob a little flustered, and you had that great Jay laugh in the promo. Now it's just Jay, who's got a great voice. He could work for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Jay could work for Gentleman's Warehouse.
All it says here is Wow It's Tuesday cross promo.
Yeah.
So I had no idea.
So they must have recorded a new one.
Oh, no, they didn't record a new one. That's I need to figure out. Okay, now is this the one you're thinking of?
Hi,
Yep.
it's Bob Plass, and I.
Okay, yeah, that's now called Wow Cross Promo 2019. So you see how
Gotcha.
Pete
Right.
has things set up
So
where
maybe that was the old one. That was the classic one.
it was.
And they came up with this one.
Yeah, but Pete, and it being Pete, does things so that only Pete can understand what they are.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because they both say Wow Cross Promo.
Gother. Okay. Because that one has the great Jay's got a great laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can and you can picture him playing Tony the Tiger on a commercial or something.
Yeah, you
That's
could.
great.
Yeah.
I can't even get down that low.
So Pete Townsend wrote this for his girlfriend at the time, which sounds kind of sweet, but he was married at the time, and the girlfriend was the daughter of a friend of his. So there's a couple things that's a little creepy about that, I suppose. But he felt a lot of pressure to write her a great song. And so if we can ignore all the little side things that, may cause concern, let's just enjoy what a wonderful song this is. Here's You Better You Bet, 89.5 WSKB.
You better,
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Saturdays were made for polka. Tune in to the Polka Jammer Network starting at 6 a.m. and Polka Hall of Famer Billy Bellina, Breakfast at BB at 8:30.
Community Radio. 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Thinking about the times you drove in my car. Thinking that I might have drove you too far. And I'm thinking of the love that you laid on my table. I told you not to wander around in the dark. I told you about the swans that they live in the park. Then I told you about our kid. Now he's married to Mabel. Yes, I told you that the light goes up and down. Don't you notice how the wheel goes round? And you'd better pick yourself up from the ground before they bring the curtain down. Yes, before they bring the curtain down. Get up, get up, get up. Talking about a girl that looked like you. She didn't have the time to wait the queue. She cried away her life since she fell out the cradle.
There we go. Gotta let the song end there. Let it breathe just a little bit. Cream. Now the name of that song is Badge. It's one of those songs where like you know generally people don't know the name of the song. They're like, oh yeah, I like that song. Now the song is called Badge because well everyone in Cream was supposed to like write a song for the upcoming album, and Eric Clapton was really slacking. He didn't do it, so he got George Harrison to come over to or maybe I think he went to George's house and he's like, you gotta help me write this song. He's like, all right, yeah, I can do that. And you know, we're writing, and they're working at a table across from each other. So he looks over and he starts laughing. Because George Harrison wrote Bridge. You know, this is where the bridge of the song is going to go. And Eric Clapton's like looking over from the other side and like, Badge? What the hell is Badge? Why would you write Badge there? And George Harrison just cracked up laughing, like, it's not Badge, it's Bridge, you dope. And so they they kind of tongue in cheek called the song Badge, and the line about the swans in the river there, that came from Ringo Starr, because Ringo Starr dropped by to say hello, so it must have been at George's places, and Ringo was drunk and he was talking about I saw these swans in the river.
Yeah, well, those Brits talk funny anyway.
Yeah, so a drunk Brit's going to talk even crazier. So as they're writing the song, like, we got to put that in the song too. So there was a lot of little hidden jokes in that song, and it turned out to be a great song. I love that song. Yeah, so I guess we're getting legalized sports betting in Massachusetts now.
At some point.
Yeah, of course, it takes forever for the states to do, but if they're smart, because like MGM is ready to go. They built this nice little place ready to go.
The book has just been sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice place to, it's a nice little sports area to watch because it's got 400 TVs there and everything. But yeah, so I guess last night midnight was the deadline to vote on it, and they said okay, and they only did it for one reason. The Puritan state does not approve of this, but all the money is going down to Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire. These states are allowing it, and people are just crossing the border, or they're telling relatives, hey, can you set up an account for me, and I'll just sign in, and they're doing it, with FanDuel or DraftKings on their phone. And Massachusetts is losing out. So they finally realized how much money they're losing through this, and look, let's just let them do it, let them do it. So, it's not going to affect my life much, but I'm just glad to see the Massachusetts money staying in Massachusetts. So, because I've learned a long time ago betting on football and stuff, it's very stressful.
Why is it stressful?
Well, because, first of all, you have to win 55% of the time, which you think, yeah, I could do that. Mm-hmm. But basically you're betting on, as a football fan, you're betting on things that are supposed to happen. But what's supposed to happen a lot of times, more often than not, does not happen.
Well, that's why it's called betting.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. I used to do that. It used to be very, very stressful. So betting on football is not something that I would probably get.
Is it just football that's stressful when you're in a sports book?
No, but I mean, that's what you picture people betting on. I mean, you can bet on women's cricket if you want. You can bet on, Australian rules football. You can
perhaps highlight.
You can bet on highlight. You can bet on anything. But I think most of the people, like for football season, like people who just even casually gamble, they probably have all made a bet on a football game at one point. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people are betting on women's cricket. Or say, tennis.
Well, guess what? That's going to be the first thing I do over at MGM.
You're going to vote on women's cricket? Oh, good for you, man.
Yep.
All right, well, good luck. I found something out about cricket. Matches last like 7 to 8 hours.
I probably won't hang around.
No, yeah, make the bet, go home, write a poem, see a movie, go to sleep.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be like the big lottery.
Yep.
And
the next morning when you wake up,
I won't have to go back.
Yep. Next morning when you wake up, just check on it, and preferably do one that's like overseas. So like it starts at 11 o'clock at night. You go to bed. You wake up 7 o'clock in the morning. Boom. You know whether your women's cricket match has won. So let's see how long it takes to go. As I said, MGM is ready to go. Let them go. Okay, like I understand you're going to have some secondary locations and you got to go through a licensing process, but you've already checked out the MGM's background. You gave them a casino. Let them have this before football season, just for the good of the state. Anyway, so this next song, Simon Kirk. I like Simon Kirk. He was in the band Free and he was in Bad Company, and he tells a story about this song that they were doing a gig, and a lot of their songs, the band Free, it was kind of mellow, and he's like, yeah, we're doing this concert and. The audience, they go, okay, the set's over, and the people politely clap. He's like, by the time I even got out of my drum, by the time my feet hit the floor, getting on the drum thing, the applause had stopped, and we had pretty much just walked off. I'm like, this is ridiculous. We need a rocking song. And that night, as they're in the dressing room, before they, instead of going home, they just stayed in the dressing room, and they wrote this song. They did not lead till this song was written, and it was ready to go the next time they had a gig. And, of course, it became a big hit. And, then, of course, some of the members of Free left and started Bad Company. But here is the song where they decided they needed something to get the crowd going for. Here's All Right Now, 89.5 WSKB.
She stood in the street, smiling from her head to her feet. I said, hey, now, what is this me tell you now. I took her home to my place, watching every move on her face. She said, look, what's your game, baby? Are you trying to put me in shame? I said, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think that love can last? She said, love, Lord above. Now you're trying to trick me in love. All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now. Yeah, it's all right now. Let me tell you all about it now. Yeah. Took her home, yeah, to my place, watching every move on her face. She said, look, what's your game? Are you trying to put me in shame? Baby, I said, slow, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think that love can last? She said, love, Lord above. Now it's trying to trick me in love. All right now, baby, it's all right now. Yeah. All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right. Yeah. All right now, baby, 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 it's all right. All right now, yeah, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Yes. All right now, baby, it's all right now. Yeah, we're so happy together. Ow. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Everything's all right. Yeah.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
You know that sax, the sax part there by King Curtis that inspired Boots Randolph to write Yakety Sax, which of course became the Benny Hill theme. So you can definitely see the similarity. You can see where Boots Randolph got the idea for his little saxophone song there. Now they're called the Coasters because originally they were in a band called the Robins. And the couple of members said, "Hey, we have a chance to a recording contract like in New York. Let's go." And the other members like, "Well, no, let's still try to make it here." And they're like, "All right, well, I'm sorry, we're leaving the band." And they said, "Fine, go be East Coasters. Go ahead, go be Coasters." So when they got to get in New York and recorded, got some new musicians, they said, "Well, let's call ourselves the Coasters." So there you go.
Local band Corey and the Knightsmen played with the Coasters.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
It is.
The Coasters, they had some fun songs. That must have been fun shows to be involved with. Bet you they had a blast with that. That's neat. Where was that?
Pennsylvania, I think.
Huh.
Pennsylvania or New Jersey.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm maybe a future New Jersey resident because I've been fantasizing. My family, we bought a restaurant and we hope it to be lucrative. And I've already started spending some of the money, the profits in my mind. And I said I was going to move to Vegas in about 4 years. But I was reminded this past July what people have been telling me, like, "Michael, how can you move to Vegas? You don't like heat." I'm like, I'll be fine. And I was reminded this July of how much I do hate the heat. And I'm like, I can't. I love Vegas, but I can't live there.
So when I retire out there, you're not going to be my neighbor?
No, I won't be your neighbor, but I may get like a condo there and visit often. But I think my new goal is to get one of those New Jersey shore towns within 20 minutes, half an hour of Atlantic City.
Enjoy the winter.
I think I can live with the winter. I mean, I just put on another coat, but there's only so much you can take off when you're hot, and I do not like heat, and so I think closer to Atlantic City. My first love, no matter how many times I've cheated on her with Vegas, Atlantic City will always be my true love.
But didn't I hear the last time you went out to Atlantic City, she beat the hell out of you?
No, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
No, I said the tables I struggled.
Yeah, you struggled.
Right. Yeah, I did make money, but 8 of the 10 times I gambled in 10 different sessions, and you figure a couple market. 8 of them I started off in holes, and sometimes I only walked making $15 because I was just happy to get even. But no, I made some money, but not as good as the wife. Wife hit on a ridiculous thing on a slot machine. I'm like, all right, well, way to upstage me.
That's always happened with Peter and his girlfriends. Never any luck, but the girls always won, and he remembered that when he was DJing I think it was for the Sullivans, and there was a raffle, and he's like, "Okay, Kenny, I don't win anything. Here's $20. Just you do it for me." He ended up winning. I didn't win, but he won. So he is learning where if he lets other people do the wagering or the betting, then he stands half a chance.
Hey, do you like teases?
Teases?
Yeah.
It depends on how I'm being teased.
Okay, so the second song, which don't say anything, so you'll know the answer. But I'm more teasing the audience, and you just get to be a witness.
Oh, yeah, this is in the movies and on TV all the time.
Okay, yeah. So the tease is that this is actually, according to, it might have been bypassed by now, but like as of a couple of years ago, this was the second most popular song played at funerals behind Danny Boy. So you can guess, maybe make your guesses on what that might be, and the second song in the set will play the song.
Really?
Yes.
Funerals?
Yes.
Wow.
Not this song, not the next song.
Yeah, the second one.
Song, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be weird if this one was played at funerals. Do you know what you want played at your funeral?
What do I want played at my funeral?
Yeah. Tell younger people in your life.
Perhaps what's the Baby Shark one?
You want that?
Yeah, I think I'll have that played at my
All right.
funeral.
I want Miracles by Jefferson Starship.
You know, I haven't even thought of it.
I want the long version, even though it gets a little blue, even though there's some questionable lyrics. It's a beautiful song.
You know, once I'm dead, I won't even be able to hear the song. Why do I care?
Well, you know, you just yeah, you got to plan ahead. I hope you get to see your funeral. That'd be kind of cool. See who's actually crying and who's faking it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Because you'll be, you know,
see who's spitting inside the coffin.
yeah, and who decide not to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this song was rumored that Billy Joel wrote it about Bianca Jagger dating her, and you know, he's like, no, I don't know where that rumor came from. I never dated Bianca Jagger. But many years later, he admitted, he's like, all right, he's like, I never dated her, but the song is written about her because I spent an evening at the Jaggers. And I just saw the fights, and I saw, you know, I don't know if she's always this unreasonable, but how unreasonable she actually was being. And he goes, I did picture what it would be like to be involved with a woman like that. And yes, that's the inspiration for the song. So here's Billy Joel and Big Shot.
It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Every single week, we play a Massachusetts artist, Norman Greenbaum. Now, yes, that's the supposedly the second most popular song played, not sung. That's something different. Usually you get like Amazing Grace or something, but the second most played song at funerals behind Danny Boy is Spirit in the Sky. I can see that. That makes a lot of sense.
I guess if it makes you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a. So now the lyrics are, of course, about death and spirituality. So the record company was like, all right, it's fine. It's on the album. No big deal. But their first two releases from the album went nowhere. And they realized that this was the best song left on the album. And if they had any hope of making any money off the album, what choice did they have? They released a single, and it became a hit. So they get some money off of that.
And it's in a ton of TVs and movies, and it's usually played towards the end when somebody has an aha moment, or there you go, and then you get that riff. Starting to play.
Yeah, it's an absolutely great riff. And Norman Greenbaum, Massachusetts. I don't know exactly where Massachusetts he's from, but there's one thing that I think you're doing a hell of a job. You want to know how you could do an even better job than Peter? Because Peter is absolutely an amazing producer, and he's a great someone I can bounce stuff off.
He's watching right now.
Okay, good. So then maybe he can take the. He knows exactly what I'm going to say.
Well, I was just as you said that, I was getting ready to open up a browser to find out where in Massachusetts you're from.
Well, no, yeah, that's
but then by the time I get to it, you're going to be onto another subject. So I said, well, why bother?
Right, but you know how you can contribute more to the show than Peter ever will.
I don't want to outdo him.
All right, I'm just saying if you do, okay, I'm just throwing that out there.
All right.
When I'm doing this air band stuff, Peter has absolutely no help doing the backing vocals. I've got to sometimes do the lead and the backing vocals at the same time. Okay, I'm just saying if the producer in that room there picked up the backing vocals, that would lift some of the burden off of me.
I would need a teleprompter in front of me.
You do have one. Oh, a teleprompter. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like karaoke.
All right. Well, I mean, some of the songs you would know, like "You Better You Bet."
Just that one line.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's echoing the so a lot of it is.
Yeah. Now, would I go up a key or down a?
Do whatever you gotta
do. Up an octave or down an octave in order to harmonize.
You're just air banding.
You know what? It's not going to happen.
Right. Oh, all right. Just throwing it out there. Now, this is kind of embarrassing for the concert goer who came up to Tom Cochran after he did a show, and he's like, "Wow, just absolutely." So Tom Cochran was embarrassed for this person. And I think he was mad, and I think he was just flabbergasted. So this guy comes up to Tom Cochran and says, "Wow, what a great show you just put on. This really, really great. What I really thought was cool when you did that cover of that Red Rider song, Lunatic Fringe. I thought that was great." And Tom Cochran's like, "I wrote that song. I sang that song. I was the band Lunatic Fringe. I was like their lead singer. That's great. Thank you very much. But it wasn't a cover. It was me doing my own song. Thank you very much." So afterwards, I think he snapped at the guy. But afterwards, I guess he got a sense of humor about it because he told the story a couple of times. But I can see where that would get frustrating. But you don't know. I mean, how many people know that Tom Cochran was the lead singer of Red Rider? But maybe when he's doing it in concert, it sounds enough like, oh, I bet you he was, and everyone's got their phones on. Who was in the band Lunatic Fringe? Oh, okay, Tom Cochran. Hey, that's cool. That makes sense. So here's Tom Cochran. Making no mistake who it is because he released a song under his name, Tom Cochran. Here's Life as a Highway, 89.5 WSKB.
One day and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside the darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore. With a brave heart, free lover's soul, come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate, break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a drive it all night A misunderstanding once, but now we look it in the eye. There ain't no law that I can't hold. Road so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in. Just tell 'em we're survivors. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Dreaming, I must be dreaming, or am I really lying here with you? Baby, me in your arms, and though I'm wide awake, I know my dream is coming true. And oh, I just fall in love again. Just one touch and then it happens every time. And there I go, I just fall in love again. And when I do, I can't help myself, I fall in love with you. Magic, it must be magic, the way I hold you when the night just seems to fly. Easy for you to take me to a star. Heaven is that moment when I look into your eyes. And oh, I just fall in love again. Just one touch and then it happens every
There you go. Every week we always play one song from Canadian. No, I don't know if that's true. And
you trying to put me to sleep here, Buster?
Oh, that's a great song. Anne Murray is just absolutely. She has a fantastic catalog, and we have a mix. Okay, we're gonna play some oldies, we're gonna play some rockers, we're gonna play some ballads. You know that.
I know that.
Okay. Now that was originally a song the Carpenters had done, and then Dusty Springfield did a cover of that. And so Anne Murray heard the Dusty Springfield version, and she's like, you know what, that'd be a lot of fun for me to do in concert. So she started doing a concert, and it sounded great. And her record company said, well, you got to record it. And she's like, why not? I just kind of fun doing it, you know. And so she did. She put it on an album, and they said, we want to release it. And she's like, no, it's not going to be a hit. People have already heard 2 versions of it. They're not going to want to hear a 3rd version of it. It's not going to be a hit. Well, surprise, it was the biggest hit of all of them. And she loved the song, but she was actually surprised. She's like, I can't believe it's a hit. I mean, it's been, you know, so all right. So here's I'm not a big fan of remakes, but, you know, when you don't really know the original, it's okay.
Yeah, you know, when I called that one up, I had to make sure I was clicking on the Anne Murray one.
Mm-hmm. Right, the other two versions came out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool, yeah. Anne Murray had the big hit of it. I actually took my mother to see an Anne Murray concert before Mohegans banned me from their casino, and I still had all my points down there. And, yeah, so that was a good night.
Mm-hmm. Is that still a thing for you? Was that a lifetime?
I still go. You just figure that this billion-dollar company has more important things to worry about, whether or not Michael McMahon's in their casino. Yeah, I still.
Yeah, they've got a Mohegan over in Vegas now that just opened up.
Mm.
Yeah, but you know we got MGM now.
Yep, we're good. Yeah, we don't have to drive all the way down there anymore. Yep. So this, I feel like I was supposed to say something, but no, I guess not.
You just did.
I know.
You said something.
I said something. Damn it. So now this song, basically, Thomas Dolby just came up with the song because he wanted an excuse. He had an idea for a video. He wanted to do a video in the vein of the old Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin. And he's like, I need a song that fits that. So the song was an afterthought for him. He was just picturing how much fun it would be to do the video. So he came up with this song, and he was actually kind of surprised that the song became a hit. And, I mean, he learned to absolutely embrace the song. He's like, oh, it's an absolutely fun song for me to do in concert and stuff, and the audience goes nuts for it. And, of course, he made money off of it. So, but, yeah, originally, you know, he didn't have the song first. He had the video, and I don't know how many... Well, as MTV took hold, I don't know how many people pictured the video first. I mean, obviously, a lot of people did picture the video as they're coming up with the song, which is, I think, why people like Joe Jackson hated doing videos, because they said now it's all about the video, not the actual song. People are putting more effort into the video than they are actually the song. But, hey, whatever works. If you come up with a cool product, come up with a cool product. Here is Thomas Dolby, and She Blinded Me with Science, 89.5 WSKB.
Blinded me with something. I know.
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Once in your life, you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and it's still with you, even though you left your way across town, wondering to yourself, hey, what have I found? When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love. Arthur, he does as he pleases. All of his life, his master's toys, and deep in his heart, he's just a boy. Living his life one day at a time. He's showing himself a pretty good time. He's laughing about the way they want him to be. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do, fall in love. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love. When you get caught between the moon and New York City.
So Liza Minnelli's ex-husband, Peter Allen, got a songwriting credit. He was talking to one of his songwriting friends, Carol Seeger. Back then, you know, the planes, like you could have, you know, they had those little airphones, you know, and he realized they were in a holding pattern in New York. And And he's like, you know what? I was supposed to, to meet with some friends. I better call and tell them I'm not going to make it. I'll call Carol. And so he does. And he's like, I don't know. I'm stuck here. We're flying around the city. That we're in a holding pattern. We're waiting to land. And I don't know. I'm looking out. I see that, I can see the moon and everything. I'm stuck between the moon and New York City. And she thought that was kind of a cool line. And she saved it. She used it in the song. And the song didn't do anything. So when she and Burt Bacharach were writing a song for the movie Arthur, she resurrected that line. And he ended up with a songwriting credit. And maybe, I think he won an Oscar. Because I'm pretty sure that song won the best song from a movie that year.
So we're talking about that rabbit from PBS? Arthur?
No. Arthur,
a different Arthur?
Different Arthur.
Oh.
And one of the reasons I think a lot of people didn't like the movie Arthur too. I did. I think there's some great lines in it. The line, when he's forced to get a job, and well, we're looking for somebody hardworking and responsible. And he goes, well, if you hire me, I'll help you look. And when the wife is serving the meatloaf to her father, because they had to move in with her dad, so she's serving meatloaf to everybody, and he goes, she's like, well, Arthur, why don't you say grace? He's like, grace? Yeah, say something you're thankful for. And he's like, well, I'm thankful I got the smallest piece of meatloaf. There's some great lines in the movie. And you know what?
I'm trying to place that movie. Did the butler die in that one?
Yes.
Okay, that's the only thing I remember
You
from that
don't remember
movie.
Arthur at all? Dudley Moore?
Arthur 2.
Okay. No, he had already died.
So the
he
butler
died in the first one.
Okay, so that I can't. I don't
showed
think
up
I
in
remember anything from
okay,
the second one.
He showed up in a drunken stupor. Burt Johnson got revenge. He was able to get hold of Arthur's parents' company, and they cut Arthur off. So Arthur had to.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one.
Okay, see, a lot of people didn't. And you know what?
Yeah.
As I said, there was enough humor to it. But here's a confession. Why I might like Arthur too. Okay? Because to me, it didn't seem like an inferior sequel. Because I actually saw Arthur 2 first. And I'll tell you why. You remember the HBO free weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Free weekend, HBO.
Free Showtime week this week.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But as a kid, if your parents didn't want to, pony up for HBO, this was an event. Like pretty much, you didn't do anything on weekend. You saw the movies, and so we were going to sit and we were going to watch Arthur. It was recently hit in the movie theater, and the trailers looked absolutely funny. So we sat down as a family. We were going to watch Arthur, and if you remember the movie Arthur, in the very first scene, what does Arthur do?
In the first one or the second one?
The first one.
He was drunk, wasn't he?
Yeah. But what did he purchase? A woman of the evening.
I was trying to come up with a polite way of saying that.
So suddenly, we're all excited to see this movie, and that happens in the first scene, and my parents shut the movie off.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, my sister and I were like, what? We were looking all, this was the Saturday night at 8:00 movie. So yeah, you got Every Which Way But Loose, in the afternoon and everything, and the big premiere, the big premiere, 8:00 Saturday night was the HBO premiere of Arthur, and so we didn't get to see it. So I didn't get to see Arthur, and then Arthur 2 comes out, and I was dating a girl. She was a gigantic Liza Minnelli fan. She wanted to see the movie. I'm like, all right, so that's funny. I never saw Arthur, but I wasn't that lost. And I liked Arthur too, and yes, I did pretty much soon afterwards see Arthur, so I'm guessing maybe that's why I don't hate Arthur 2 as much as other people, because I saw it first.
I guess if you saw Smokey and the Bandit 2 first, you might like that better than the original.
I don't know.
Using that logic, come on.
I'm just really glad they never made a Smokey and the Bandit 3.
They did.
Shh, no. Shh, let me have my bliss.
Oh, we're not supposed to talk about that.
Let me have my bliss, okay? They never made a part 3.
Okay. Well, technically.
So that song means something to me, though. Because when I was writing one of my plays that people absolutely love, Anna Banana Fofana, I played that song a lot over and over again. A lot of times I play some soft music while I'm writing, but that one I went that, and I just it was inspiring me to write. So that's kind of why the character's favorite movie is Arthur, because I was playing that song when I created her, my Anna Banana Fofana.
Yeah, your usual producer is a fan of Christopher Cross.
Yes, I saw him in concert, and I was very upset about one thing. I didn't know if he was going to do Think of Laura. I mean, it's a very sad song, and he didn't. So I'm like, all right, it's obviously because it has a deep meaning. to him. He was visiting his girlfriend in college, and her roommate was struck by a stray bullet. Just, it wasn't a bad neighborhood. It was just, just the stupidest luck. And, it was very sad, and he wrote that song. So I'm like, all right, he probably can't do it in concert. But then I found plenty of footage of him doing it in concert. I'm like, you jerk! I was giving you credit, but I'm like, you just didn't play it for us. Anyway.
I love this group coming up.
Oh, thank you. God bless everybody. I mean, I love. You gotta love them. In England, they're known as the Detroit Spinners because they have their own spinners. So in this country, they're just the Spinners. Now, despite the fact that Robert Smith, he was the lead singer on most of the group's biggest hits, many have credited a lot of the success to the other lead singer, Felipe Wynne, because he had more of a distinct voice. He didn't join the band until about 10 years after they were formed, and they did sing together on a lot of their hits. So Smith is actually doing the main vocals on this one, and you'll hear Wynne doing the outros. But it's a fantastic song. Here's Could It Be I'm Falling in Love by the Spinners, 89.5 WSKB.
Since I met you, I've begun to feel so strange.
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
You are not a god.
Why don't you pull the trigger and find out?
Wake up in the morning and I raise my weary head. I've got an old coat for a pillow, and the earth was last night's bed. I don't know where I'm going, only God knows where I've been. I'm a devil on the run, a six-gun lover, a candle in the wind. Yeah! Brought into this world with this seal born with sin. Well, at least they gave me something I didn't
You-hoo, I'll make you famous. You ever see Young Guns 2?
Nope.
No? Did you see Young Guns?
Well, probably 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember it.
I'm a sucker when
I
it
think
comes on.
I think the only thing I remember is I feel the need for speed. Is that from that movie?
That
or is that Top Gun? That's Top Gun.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's something totally different.
Yeah, so I guess it's going to be a no on both for me.
Okay. So when they were going to make a sequel to Young Guns, they approached John Bon Jovi and said that, hey, we kind of want want to use your song "Wanted Dead or Alive." It's got but it's about a band touring. It's not really about a Western. He's like, what if I come up with like a whole new one for you?
See, I always thought it was about fishing for crab.
Nope. Nope. So
you get the reference, though.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's sitting in the diner and he's scribbling the lyrics on a napkin. And he's like, all right, this is what I got in mind, and they love the song. They put it in the movie. So the actual napkin where the original lyrics were written, Emilio Estevez, who played Billy the Kid in those movies, has that napkin on his wall. He's got it framed and the original lyrics too. So that's kind of cool. It's a cool collector's item.
You're talking about Charlie Sheen's brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Charlie Sheen was in the original Young Guns, and he was killed. And Charlie Sheen was probably the biggest star at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to spoil it, but you had plenty of time to see the movie. When Charlie Sheen is killed halfway through the movie, you're like, oh my God, they just killed Charlie Sheen. Like, whoa! This movie's not fooling around.
Yeah, I'm still not going to go out and check it out.
Do you like Westerns?
I do.
All right. Well, it's not. See, Unforgiven?
Oh, Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
That's an excellent
Yes,
movie.
it is. That's absolutely. I should have you read. When we were doing the radio plays many years ago, and they were doing we had the murder mystery the following season, they said they were talking about maybe doing a Western. Could I write a Western? And so I started writing a Western, and then that project got canceled, didn't happen. And eventually I did finish the Western, but it's more of a supernatural Western. It's kind of a mix of genres.
So you're talking like Wild Wild West.
Well, I mean, that kind of had pseudoscience in it. I don't know how supernatural it was, but so I don't know if you like to peruse it sometime and tell me if you like it.
Yeah, I'm actually a huge fan of Westerns.
Okay. Well, I'll have you read Blackstone, and you tell me what you think of it.
And I'm talking everything from Sergio Leone to the stuff that came out 20 years ago, which was incredible.
Oh yeah, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and that's good.
Well, that's a Sergio Leone one. Yeah, spaghetti Western.
Yep, absolutely. Westerns. What's great about Westerns is generally, unless you're making The Lone Ranger, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Usually, if you're making a Western,
you're only building storefronts.
There's no reason to be spending, millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to make a Western movie.
Yeah.
So this song set a record that I guess you do want it because it means that your song did go number one.
And this is a good tune.
It's a good song, and it took 20 weeks. It tied. I think it came out the same year, Nick Gilder's Hot Child in the City. It took 20 weeks from the song being released to get into the number one position. That's a long time. It's like half the year that we had to hear the song before we realized that we loved it to make it number one. So I don't know if that record is still standing, but 20 weeks is a long time. This one tied the record. Here's Robert John and Sad Eyes, 89.5 WSKB.
Looks like it's over. You knew I couldn't stay. She's coming home today. We had a good thing
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Thank you for not putting the microphone on too early for that, because
I waited for you to stop your animation there.
because trying to sing Steve Perry I do pretty good karaoke, but that's Steve Perry's not something
That's a hard note to reach.
So that song, Journey had the tendency to be on the road for a very long time. Why not? Because they were the most popular band at that time period, the early '80s, and so they were maximizing it. But it caused havoc on relationships. So two of the members of the band's relationships were falling apart. That song was written on the road, and if you actually took the time to listen to some of the old bootlegs and stuff, you could actually see the song come together on the road. But one thing was, they had a lot of fun. They're like, hey, let's lead off with it. Let's close with it. Let's stick it in the middle somewhere. He goes, we knew we had a hit. It wasn't even recorded, and the audience went nuts for it every single time. So we couldn't actually wait to get back in the studio because we knew we had something already. We already knew, we had this hit waiting because the audience just absolutely loved it. Mm-hmm. So I think as the clock is winding down, we're going to have to make some cuts. We'll talk about that off the air because we're not going to be able to. And this happens all the time. Some of the songs get cut. So this song didn't have a uniqueness. The band knew that there was something to it, but they said it's boring. It doesn't have anything. It's not going to stick out. And as they're driving, they used to drive through gigs, and they were just singing. Let's come up with a way. We know we have something here. And so a car pulls out, and as they're driving, the driver who was, they're all singing this song, he went, "Only you," and because they almost got into an accident, and they said, "That's it. That's the sound. That's the sound we're looking for," and all because somebody pulled out in front of them, so they had the unique sound that they're looking for. Here's the Platters and "Only You." 89.5 WSKB.
And this one, baby, is for only you.
Only you can make all this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. Only you and you alone can thrill me like you do, and to fill my heart with love for only you. Only you can to make this change in me, for it's true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you. Only you can make this change in me, for it's true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you.
The Platters still perform. However, there's like 17 different versions of them. I guess if you're ever in the lineup of the Platters, you could claim that you're the Platters. So, and there's disputes going on, lawsuits between who actually gets to use the name. But so, if you saw the Platters, if you said, "Hey, I saw the Platters," last year down in Atlantic City, I might have seen a different Platters in Boston this year. So, They're still
not the only band that happens.
Nope, no.
Nope.
So that's the show. So we had to bump the Rolling Stones, Elvis, and Danny and the Juniors. They'll probably be here next week if I remember that I cut 3 songs from this show, which 50-50. I might remember that. Did you have a good time? Did you learn something?
I learned something.
Good, very good. That's my buddy in there, Ken Stomsky. Say goodbye, Ken.
Goodbye, Ken.
There you go. We always like to end with something kind of fun. And you know what? These guys, they were legit, even though it was sort of a joke and they were on the sitcom. But Lenny and Squiggy, you know, those two were really talented. And they talk about in this song how somebody else wrote it, but I think they wrote all their own stuff. Lenny and the Squigtones. This is one of the songs that appeared on the show. And there was a rumor for a while that, because they actually recorded an album, that the drummer was actually the Kiss drummer without makeup, and that was a popular rumor. You know, so one of those things where, like, you know, the Beaver was killed in Vietnam. You know, one of those rumors that went around, but it was actually not the Kiss drummer. But yeah, the Lenny and the Squigtones. We'll see you guys next week. Here's "Call the Police" 89.5 WSKB.
You know, there's been a lot of flapper jabber going around lately about rock and roll versus the good old tunes of yesteryear.
Well, you know, the two of us, we've never been able to make such distinguishments.
I like that word,
Thank
man.
you very much. I knew you would. Nah, we always feel that it doesn't matter what music is or what you call it, as long as it makes you feel good. You know what I mean?
I know just what you mean. Let's feel good.
Call the police, hurry, hurry, won't you call the police? Quick, 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 call the police, hurry, hurry,
Oh, the guy has stolen my girl from me.
call the police, hurry, hurry, won't you call the police? Quick, 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 call the police, hurry, hurry,
Oh, the guy has stolen my girl from me.
Her name was Lucy May. She went out in the garden to play one day.
A fella with a hitched up hands.
He stole my Lucy away. Call the police. Hurry, hurry, won't you call the police? Quick, quick, quick. Call the police. Hurry, hurry,
Oh, the guy has stolen my girl from me.
Now, you know, this song is a very interesting case in point. It's true. It was first recorded in October of 1941 by Nat King Cole.
Think of it, ladies and gentlemen. 1941, why, that was 13 years before the invention of rock and roll.
Isn't that amazing?
Little Chuck Berry, he was only 10 years old.
Imagine it. Squiggy gets so excited by the scope of this thing.
I have to. It's life, it's history, it's great. Take me home, boys. 1, 2, 3, oh.
Call the police. Hurry, hurry, won't you call the police? Quick, quick, quick. Call the police.
Hurry, hurry, for the guy has stolen my girl from me.
Her name was Lucy May. She went out in that garden one very day.
A fella with a hitched up pants.
He stole my Lucy away. Call the police. Hurry, hurry, won't you call the police? Quick, quick, quick. Call the police.
Hurry, hurry, for the guy has stolen my girl from me.